Hi, Richard here on 7th of October, being the Thursday, and this is a daily chart of the Dow, which we traditionally start on just to get a feel for the broader market, and nothing has changed. Even though there is a considerable test of the rising trend line, which comes all the way back from August 2009, and we've got this continued 61.8% retracement of the April to July downward leg, and also we've got the completion of the triple zigzag, this ABC, ABC, then 5 waves up to completion here. We've still got no indication that this trend line, this rising trend line here, is to be broken, but needless to say, it is hovering. It's certainly not pushing forward. 10,900, will it go to 10,011? 11,000. Well, yes, there's a distinct possibility it could, but needless to say, the market is telling us that it's respecting this line, and the labour figures are coming out on Friday night from the US, so that will be an indication as to whether or not they use that as an excuse to spike higher, or indeed begin some sort of downtrend down. On the Australian market, well, clearly too, it has been going sideways now for any number of trading weeks. Certainly we've got some divergence occurring between the MACD and this, it's bordering on a higher retest of this particular line. When this is lower and this is higher, that spells divergence, that spells weakness, and often we see some trade-off occurring there. We've not tested this upper channel line. Certainly there's the potential for it to do that. It was a target at 4,767, but at this point, the market simply is not moving in that direction. However, the sentiment is bullish, and indeed it's bullish because of gold. Here's a weekly chart. This is the long-term trend line stretching all the way back, really since August last year, but we're able to establish a number of points of support as it drops down in December last year, and again earlier this year, which began this incredible journey upwards. Certainly I was under the impression, based on the technicals and the completion of this wave 5, that we were looking for a 1, 2 and down, but wrong, did not occur. It has simply worked its way higher and is shooting, I would say, to around the next target of that 1380 mark. And let's look at the daily chart to get a bit of feel for that. Here are the targets we set some time back. These were based on these wave relationships in here. Target 1 was say 1303. Well, it certainly went through that, fell back, found some support, and then has gone up, hit the 1323, blasted through the 1345, and I think hit a high of $1,350 last night. So that is a very significant round Fibonacci target, but needless to say, the game is still on. The moving average is up, the trend line is up. You can actually set an 11 period moving average in here, and I can just adjust this to show you that is often, in these parabolic moves, is often a useful way of setting stop losses as you travel under these points. In the event that it's broken, then that would exit the particular long strategy. If you've been employing this, it's been a terrific one. Moving on to the Australian dollar, well, indeed, as a commodity currency, it's been following the same parabolic move as what we've seen in gold. Again, the RSI is continuing to be overbought. This is an absolute magnet here, this line, the 2008 high, 98.49, 98.50 would be without question a target now. I'd be most surprised if it didn't make that through. So any excuse, and I'd say it'll probably come tomorrow night if it doesn't happen before, when the US release their labour figures, we would see this significant long support that occurred after the Reserve Bank announced that they were going to leave interest rates on hold. It traded down heavily, down to 95.50, and then sucked back up, and again is en route to that sort of 2008 high. In the event that we get a significant blast through, then one would have to expect that parity would be on the cards. As far as the euro goes, again, it's the complete opposite of what's happening with the US dollar. So as the US dollar is pushing down, the commodity currencies, including gold, is pushing up. And whilst the euro is not a commodity currency, we did forecast that, you know, these previous wave fours are a good point of which they pull up. Well, this has moved through it significantly. We got a reversal, and then this bullish engulfing candle, and you know, 2 days later we're still pushing up. So where will it stop? Well, the next target from here is really that 1.4 mark, which it is just fractionally off at the moment, and then we'll have to ascertain to see what's happening with the broader indices. This is crude oil. Useful chart to have a look at because, you know, it just measures sentiment. This trend line here is pretty much obsolete now. Is really coming off the spike low there, and fetches up there. This channel here can be extended, and you can see that even though that's not exactly right, that a useful target would be around the sort of $85 to $86 mark for gold. The other chart that I just wanted to show you was the financial services chart, or financial industry sector in Australia. We had this support here off the moving average after it rejected this triangle horizontal line here. So it's really seeking support, but I have to say it's not convincing. This is a little ABC in here after we tracked down. So just to reiterate, we had 5 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, down for A, up for B to complete the E leg, and then it pushed heavily down over 3 days to find support on the moving average. But you know, it's not a convincing move back up. If we were to see a very bullish move, we'd be looking for that to go higher. So to be honest, credit, treasury yields really at an extreme low at the moment. You know, all auguring for, you know, something going on in the market, and I suggest that any excuse, if we went back to the Dow, any excuse would suggest that you know, this could be broken quite heavily, and we'd begin a move down, given that this is the end of a complex correction called triple three. Alright, that's it. For more information on chart details, go to the marketforecast.com.au, and also I have also released a gold and gold stock video today, just to work through to see where the opportunities are there. Alright, thank you.